Bienvenidos! Welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today, we're making another classic recipe from the south of Spain, but more specifically from the beautiful region of Andalusia, which is where my mother was born. We're talking an amazing 5-minute olive tapenade. Now, the secret to this recipe, make sure to use some high-quality olives. I'm using Spanish olives from tienda.com. You know, these are the olives you'll find served all over Spain, and it's what gives this tapenade that incredible depth of flavors, folks. This tapenade is perfect on slices of baguette. You can dip crackers into it, or even add some over some grilled fish. Either way, this recipe is very easy to make. It's made with just a handful of ingredients, and once again, it comes together in just 5 minutes. This video is sponsored by tienda.com. You know, La Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And let me tell you, they have a huge selection of Spanish ingredients like Spanish cheeses, the famous Spanish jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, Marcona almonds, olives, and all the spices you need to make your favorite Spanish dishes, among so many other great ingredients. And also, let me tell you, they have a beautiful selection of Spanish cookware, like authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings, and they even offer classic grilling systems. That way you can always perfectly cook your paella, folks. Visit tienda.com and let them know Albert from Spain on a Fork sent you there. And also make sure you use coupon code on a fork during checkout, and you're going to get 10% off your first order. Once again, that's on a fork, and you're going to get 10% off your first order. Let's begin by grabbing 2 cloves of garlic, removing the skins, and roughly chopping the garlic. Then we'll add in the chopped garlic into a mortar, add in a kiss of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, which is 1 gram, and half a teaspoon of dried thyme, which is about half a gram. And using a pestle, I'm going to pound down on the ingredients until we form a paste. Now, to make this recipe, you can totally use a food processor, which will make it come together even quicker. I'm going to use the old mortar and pestle like they do in the south of Spain, as it gives this olive tapenade the most incredible rustic texture. For the next step, I'm going to grab a jar of Spanish olives, drain them into a colander, and shake off any of the excess liquid. Now, the size of the jar that I'm using is 345 grams, which becomes 198 grams once it's drained, which is 7 ounces, or about 1 1/4 cups of olives. Now, to remove the pits from the olives, the best way to do it is to grab a chef's knife and push down on that olive, and you can easily remove the pit. However, we're going to be doing this with a lot of olives here today, so the best way to do it, I like to add them all into a cutting board in a single flat layer. And using a casserole dish, place it over the olives and push down on the olives and kind of roll that casserole dish around, and you're going to see that all the olives are going to split open, making it so easy to remove all the pits. You know, if you don't have a casserole dish, you can just use a standard plate for this. Then we'll add in the pitted olives into the mortar. And once again, using the pestle, pound down on the ingredients until you reach your desired texture that you like for your olive tapenade. I like to have a smooth texture with some chunks of olives in there, and this usually takes between 1 to 2 minutes. For the final ingredients, I'm going to squeeze in 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, which is 5 milliliters. As you know, when I do this, I like to have a sieve underneath to catch any of the seeds. We'll also add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 30 milliliters. Make sure to use your good stuff here, as it really brings out an incredible flavor in this dish. And we'll add in a kiss of freshly cracked black pepper, just to add in a little spice to the tapenade. And we'll give it a mix until everything's well mixed together. And check it out, our 5-minute olive tapenade from the south of Spain is done. This is known in the region of Andalusia as pate de aceitunas. Super easy to make, just a handful of ingredients and absolutely no cooking. You know, you can serve this at room temperature or even add it into the fridge. That way all the flavors can develop. And like I told you at the beginning, this olive tapenade works great on slices of baguette. You can dip crackers into it or even add it over some grilled fish for a beautiful meal. Either way, let's give it a try and see how it turned out. All right, folks, as always, now it's time for the moment of truth. Let's see how this turned out. It's another recipe to truly get excited about. So many depths of flavors. The real one here is the olives. So important to use high quality Spanish olives as it gives it an amazing flavor. You know, it's recipes like this, once again, that prove the simplicity of the Spanish kitchen. No special equipment, not a ton of ingredients, and you get so many great flavors, folks. Try this at home and I promise the best olive topping out of your life. Really quick before I go, shout out to a couple of my patrons, Martin Giddings, Aravinda Garimella, Robert Manahan, and Linda Bufano. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below, and don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego. Viva España.